Hello everyone, I'm TheCrimsonDM and welcome back to Crimson Plays Super Metroid. So, in this episode, I take on the abandoned ship and everything that comes with it. So I spent a couple minutes here basically wasting my time looking for, well, something that's clearly not there. I also have to wonder if there's actually any music volume, because I think that maybe something's gone wonky. I might have to fix that in post. You can actually see some like sea sponge or coral or something down there, and I always thought that was pretty cool because it establishes that this is a different area of the map, a different part of the world. So my first objective here is always to come down here and get an item that I'm probably not supposed to have yet. And you can see that because obviously I'm supposed to jump there, but I also am kind of awesome. So I basically play through this game getting items that I really shouldn't have yet by wall jumping and whatever else have you. Which means when I do eventually get to playing AMR2, I'm going to really enjoy it, because I hear that game is pretty difficult. I played a little bit of it in the past, but it was never that challenging for me, so I quit. But I really look forward to trying it again after playing this. And I'll say this much, AMR2 is absolutely stunning to look at. I don't know if I'm ever going to play Samus Returns. I probably will one day if it gets ported off the portable systems. But I got a slight issue with it because of the design choice that they decided to go with. I mean, of course they were going to eventually make it CG and stuff, right? But there's something just so beautiful about the 16-bit era of games. And there's no reason that you can't create games that are just as beautiful. Also, those like underwater mountains in the background, those are really cool. And there you go. Now I got the grappling hook, I can actually take care of this area. I wonder if there's a way to get to this area without getting the grappling hook. And to be fair, I think that there's a computer program that's done that, but humans are not computers. We have a much harder time doing stuff like that. In fact, the computer program that basically beat this game in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, it is doing a lot of weird things. Okay, so we have this area, and I'm walking in here slower because I want to look at these bugs that are crawling everywhere. They're just crazy looking. Now, I love the abandoned ship, the ghost ship. And although I was unlucky enough to only encounter one of them, you'll see one of my favorite monsters of this entire game here in a couple seconds. There we go. See, these guys are cool because not only do they teleport, but when you really look at them, they're a bunch of humanoid skulls. Just sort of melted together. Which really begs the question of, what the hey happened here? Like, I get it, they kind of tell you what happened in Metroid Zero Mission, but that was not thought of when they made this area. I'm sure they didn't really consider that. So we can also go over here and see a dead robot, which looks like it belongs from Doctor Who. And we can see an area with the map. It's the map, it's the map, it's the map, and it's dead. Which is, you know, sad because I really like getting maps. And we all know what the deal with bosses is. Kill the giant eyeball for some reason, jump in, and fight the boss. Of course, you come in here and there's nothing here except for some really creepy fire and me showcasing a little bit of the fact that you can use the X-ray vision in this fight if you really wanted to. And here we go. So this guy is a boss that I've always struggled with. He is nowhere near being the hardest boss in the game. But I've always struggled with fighting him because, well, as you can see, he's just kind of a butthole. What I didn't used to understand in the past when I was playing this is that he gives you access to free resources so that you can fight him. And that this move in particular, which I still hate, is designed specifically... Oh, I got hiccups. That's lovely. It's designed specifically to make you shoot the fireballs so that you don't take damage. And that is, well, that's that. It's not anything special, it's not anything difficult, but I didn't used to know that. I used to just struggle because I couldn't understand what his purpose was. But I didn't understand how to get resources refilled during the fight. And you'll see I'm even suffering here a little bit. However, a really cool thing about this is you can also see that my super missiles are doing a good job. So now we're just waiting to take care of him. It's almost boring in post to watch this because, well, I've been through this fight a lot. I've played through this game so many times I can't even count it. Back when I was a kid, and you know how when you're a kid, you usually only got like a couple of games because your parents don't want to buy you a bunch of games, right? So this was one of the ones I was lucky enough to have, and I replayed this so many times. When I was a kid, I really did try to get 100% completion. I never managed it. But I always did love playing through it, and I still do. Nope, more fire. Now, this is where one of the only problems I have with this game comes in from. And one of the only problems I have with this game is just the simple fact that switching between all your items is a nightmare. Which is why I don't usually pick up the X-ray vision, because it's just another thing for me to switch through. I picked up the X-ray vision this time because, well, I wanted to show off where it was and actually see how hard it was to get it. It's really not challenging at all. Now, it was about this point in time where I started getting a little bit worried about my ability to actually defeat this guy in one run. Because as you can see, my health is really low, because those fireballs do a lot of damage. But I did it. That right there, I did it. And I feel really good about that. Of course, as with all bosses, they never give you enough health and resources after you're done killing them. I mean, I guess the earlier ones do, but these later bosses is like, here's just enough that you can feel like you're not going to die from your next hit. And that's not exactly what I want. Oh, by the way, I know that if there's something wrong with the audio with the game, I will double check that. These things make such a cool little sci-fi noise. Like, even though I can't hear the gameplay footage right now, I can hear it in my own head because I've played through this so much. Map data access completed. And that takes forever to get through. And it's not even the full map. Like, I mean, come on, seriously? That's hardly any of the map. And I don't even remember if there is a map data for the next area. There's only 2 more areas in the game, I think. There's the area connecting off of No Fair. Why am I stuck there? Weird. Okay. I got stuck there somehow. But there's the area off of No Fair, which goes into, like, I think they're supposed to be old Chozo ruins buried deep inside the world. And I am wasting time here because I remembered there being something here, but I wasn't thinking about it. It's a little bit more north. Yep. It took me until then when I was like, oh, wait a minute. And there we go. There we go. I hope it's energy. No, it's super missiles. Missiles. I like my super missiles. Well, now that I got that boss defeated, I'm going to be going and getting a couple more items, and then going and getting the gravity suit. Now, as a kid, I did always wonder what this place was doing, because before you defeat the boss here, this is a terrifying area. It's empty, it's filled with ghosts, it's dead. It's the only area in the game that's fully dead. The wrecked ship. They call it the wrecked ship in this. I mean, I'm pretty sure the American version calls it the ghost ship, but it's called the wrecked ship here. It's always one of those things. Okay, I just noticed in the background, they have monitors with Metroids on them. And there's a bunch of broken screens. But there are screens with Metroids on them. Which begs the question of, why? I mean, this right here kind of proves to me what ship this belonged to. This was the space pirate ship. I mean, some part of me thought it might have been Space Station Ceres, but this is the ghost pirate ship. Or, obviously it's a ghost pirate ship. I meant, this is obviously the space pirate ship. Like, this is their ship if it's got monitors with Metroids on them. Also, I kind of hate this area. Now, I was trying to do something really stupidly. I was trying to get this guy to be in a specific area because I thought that it was a different area. I might try to find it in my next recording of this. But there is an area in this game where you're actually running on top of those guys' heads to get super speed. Now, I don't know where that area is exactly. It's in here. So, past all the Daleks, but I don't know where. Watching this footage in complete and total silence is unnerving. Only because I do like the music. Alright, so I did some... You probably didn't notice it, but I paused for a minute to do some messing around with the audio settings, and I think the audio for the gameplay is just dead. It's dead. Like all those Team Fortress memes and Half-Life 3, it's dead. I'd say shots fired, but at this point, Half-Life 3 has been shot so many times, there's not even a corpse left. There's no bloodstains, there's no nothing, just ashes, if you could even find them. Which, by the way, is a real shame. It's like every time anyone talks about it, they want another Half-Life 3, but for some reason, the people in charge of Valve are a bunch of unkind words. They're duty-doo-doo caca heads because they don't want to make Half-Life 3. And they finally decided to make a single-player game, and it's a frickin' card game based on a based on their multiplayer franchises. Of all the things, but I should probably not get into a rant and just say I'm happy they're making something single-player. Because that means maybe one day they'll grow their brains back and decide to make single-player games again, because there's a reason we're upset. It's not because they did something wrong. It's because they did everything right. It's like if the people behind Dark Souls decided to just make the first Demon Souls and Dark Souls and then just stop making Dark Souls and instead make card games with Dark Souls characters. People would be upset because we love Dark Souls. No, except for all the people that are bad at it. Oh, shots fired! Yeah, there's an item over here. It takes forever, but I can get it. It takes forever to get this item. I'm gonna skip this on the recording. And I got the item. So I need to mention really quick, while I was sitting on this thing waiting, I noticed that Samus, when she's in ball form, and you'll see this in a minute, is kind of hilarious. And once I show it to you, you'll never be able to unsee it. Also, about that area there, I'll show you another thing that's really kind of unnerving. And what am I doing? Is there an item there? I mean, obviously there is, but what item? Oh, okay, it's the item I can't get to because I don't know how to get there yet. But I think I do, and I just didn't put it together until just now. Huh, watching the footage is good. Okay, so, we're about to see it. Metroid in ball form. Looks like a basketball. That's right. Metroid's Morph Ball is secretly just a basketball the whole time, and we never knew. Take your sweet time to do this right. Oops. Okay. I started singing because it took forever to get that done. More bad guys. Some more new enemies, I think. I don't think I've seen those yet. In this playthrough. That guy. I killed him, and I regretted it instantly when I killed him and didn't stop to look at him. He is orange and green and kind of obscene. And going across... I remember how much I hated this as a kid, because those spikes, if I remember correctly, do quite a bit of damage. I remember when I got here, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. Didn't have any idea that I was supposed to just, you know, sit up there and get grabbed, because the Chozo statue thinks that I'm a friggin' item. And there's no guarantee that this is a real Chozo statue either. This might be another one of those robots. You know, the ones that the space pirates made. At least, I'm pretty sure the space pirates are the ones who made the Chozo robots. So there is an item down there, and I did miss it. And that is my bad. That is my B. But, let's see, we're coming closer to the end of the episode. And after that, I'll be able to pick this back up and start doing live Let's Plays of this, because I've decided between the two styles, I really like doing the live ones better. But now we have Samus's second most popular suit, the gravity suit, which, by the way, is perhaps my favorite suit. Oh, that was really good. I just realized what they did there. They purposely drop you out that wall and into the water so that they force you to see what the gravity suit does, which is lets you move fast in water. Now that is really cool. Well, that's purple, and so am I. That'll be it for today's episode, and I just want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps give me the motivation to keep doing this awesome stuff. Thank you. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Adios!